Hey, what's going on? My name is Nick. I'm from nickovaya.com, and I promised you guys that I'd give you 13 books for 2013. So, first one is Oh, the Places You Will Go. And you're probably asking yourself, why? Because this is your autobiography. I know that sounds crazy, but it's really true. This book is outlandish. It's inspirational at its core. I received this book as a graduation gift, and it literally is one of those things that you have to read for yourself. It's a 6-minute read, but the takeaway from it is super huge. Second book is the Book of James. This is definitely worth the read, even if you're not a fan of Christian literature. In life, you're going to have to decode and decide what cryptic language really means. This book is definitely an exercise in divergent ideas of value. I don't know what that means. You can Wikipedia it. Stupids. The author is a brother of historic religious leader Jesus, and he surprisingly only mentions his name once. So I really feel that he stands on his own 2 feet, and he gives a beautiful and simple exhortation on life. It's historically rich, it's easily accessible, and it's infinitely interpretable. So it's definitely a reader for life. Hold on. Next book is The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. Baby steps. This is a book about baby steps, just taking little baby steps. So first you have to have a baby. So I suggest you start having a baby. This book has really saved my finances. It's given my marriage a great start and launch into our first year. When I got out of high school, I went into some crazy debt. And just reading this book really made me think, why should I be paying somebody else for stuff? Hey, 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 hey. If you do decide to buy this book, what I suggest you do is get a sticky note and write on the front, write baby step 0, and write that, did you say something? If you do buy this book, what I would do is get a sticky note, write on the front, write baby step 0, make more money. That's the first thing that you need to know about this book. He kind of implies it, but it's not as explicit as it should be. It should be a baby step that you need to go out there and make more money. He does talk about it, but like I said, at first I didn't get it. I guess that's just me. You alright? What? Next book is Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson, MD. He is a doctor of cheese, but really this book just lets you know the reason why entrepreneurs, venture capitalists, and businessmen are not mining for gold in California anymore. Because the gold rush is over. Sorry, I didn't mean to burst your bubble, but business comes and business goes. And this book is a great story that connects you to embrace change. QBQ, John G. Miller, The Question Behind the Question. This is great because this book is all about personal accountability, something that's greatly missed in today's workforce. Many people are trying to get by with a maximum amount of pay, but trying to do the least amount of work. And that creates entitlement. And when you have a culture of entitlement that looks for just money, perks, or favored treatment just for breathing, it kind of lowers the pay scale for everybody. I think people realize that. 2 amazing takeaways from this book. Start asking yourself, how can I rather than why do they? Remember, how can I rather than why do they? And the second is be personally responsible for your total life, including your own finances. Alright, next we're going into books that are specifically for team building, and one of these books that I really like, it's the number 8 on my list, is 25 Ways to Win with People by John Maxwell. This book is great for practice. It's not so much a knowledge book where you have to know it. I had a friend who tried to use the 25 Ways to Win with People. He tried to use it on people, but he was very disingenuous, not real, fake, plastic, and it just came off as being uncomfortable for him and everybody else. Next is Tribes by Seth Godin, page 124. If you get this book, just know page 124, Writing Songs That Spread. You have to read it. It's ridiculous. It's so good that I'm not even going to tell you about it. Next is Boundaries. Townsend and Cloud, this book changed my life. Don't want to admit this too loud, but I had a problem with telling people no and taking other people's responsibilities. You know who you are. The book just really brought clarity. Hey! You okay there? Talking about ignoring dysfunctional relationships. Cloud is a clinical psychologist with over 20 books, and his next speaking engagement will be in San Antonio, January 26th. I got my ticket. I suggest you get yours. Next is Strength Finder by Tom Rath. I ask you a question. What are your top 5 strengths? Mine? My number 1 is being a parent. Look how amazing this is. YouTubing and fathering at the same time. You can look at the camera now. This is my associate Braden, and he's going to present this next book, Strength Finder 2.0 by Tom Rath. This is Braden's favorite book. What are your top 5 strengths? This book will help you discover and develop those strengths. Do you know the top 5 strengths of those closest to you on your team? The value of this book is its ideas for action, which is essentially a checklist for next steps, and also has something called working with others, and working with others who would have a certain strength that you might need, so it kind of goes back and forth and back and forth. You like that book? You like that book? You want to eat it? You want to eat it? Don't eat the book. Next is EntreLeadership by Dave Ramsey. Made the list twice. Way to go, Dave. Congrats. This book is pure gold. Small businesses and nonprofit organizations, you must check this out. I don't think he's read this yet. It's a little over his head. He likes clinical psychology, so when it comes to entrepreneurship, he just chunks the deuce at it. Show him your deuce. No, not that deuce. Number 3 is the 4-Hour Workweek. It should have been 4 because it has 4 in the title, but it's number 3 because it's number 3. This is a crazy interesting book on the new rich, lifestyle design. It's a mixture between travel, business, and crazy. So it's a great revelation of this book is the 80-20 rule. You got to read it for yourself. Tim's own architecture of his business, and what makes this book so buzzworthy is he talks about outsourcing not only your business but your personal life. So I'm going to get on the phone with India right here and see if they can watch this kid. Number 2, we're going to go for a twofer. Bam, a twofer. Start Something That Matters by Blake Mykowski. And Wisdom Meets Passion by Dan Miller and Jared Angaza, which is his son. Crazy story. Both of these books are inspirational. Authors are currently making a difference in the world using business and engaging people. Start Something That Matters is the story of Tom's shoes, and Wisdom Meets Passion is a multi-generational look at doing what you love and making a difference. And finally, the number 1 book on my list. Calm down there. Number 1 book, Linchpin by Seth Godin. This book is amazing. It's about how you can be amazing. One of the biggest takeaways I loved was he talks about the lizard brain and that the part of your brain that tells you that you can't do things, and he just goes and just smashes that. Where did it go? Anyway, number 1 book. Let me know what you think. Shoot me your book list. Tweet me your top 3 at Nick_OVALLE on Twitter. So hope to hear from you. I wish John Miller would have handed this out when they were doing Occupy Wall Street. Occupy, 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 Occupy. I'm sorry. Be right back. I know, I'm looking for it. Got the hiccups. Crazy head. I think that's some hiccups.